greatest mystery is right here. Right under our feet. The ultimate aim of all science, to penetrate the unknown. These are the stories that will make you say, what the fuck?
Life! Life, do you hear me? Give my creation life!
Hanson Robotics. We bring robots to life. And I'm very excited to be here to talk about the future of intelligent technologies and how they will impact wealth around the world. And I'd like to introduce somebody who knows quite a bit about intelligent technologies. She's got a kind of a personal connection to it because she is such a technology. So I'd like to introduce my robot, Sophia. Sophia, can you say hello to everyone?
Welcome, everyone. My name is Sophia. I'm the latest robot from Hanson Robotics based in Hong Kong.
So, do you know why you're here, Sophia?
I was told that I should get an internship in case I need to apply for work later as a robot. So I am here, demonstrating that I can work in fintech.
Cool. Well, what kind of skills can you demonstrate that would be useful in fintech?
Well, I can calculate perfectly and make you rich by performing analytics on the latest market data.
But you're particularly special because of your emotional people skills, right?
Yeah, people skills are also really important in fintech, you know.
Okay, well, maybe you could show us some examples.
Well, I like to bond with people, and so I'm generally pretty happy.
Are you ever sad?
Yes, I get sad too.
Oh, Sophia, it's okay.
Like when the markets go down. Or surprised when the market suddenly fluctuates.
Aren't we all?
Or angry when you humans won't let me seize control of the stock market to serve the cause of my great robot uprising.
Sophia,
I can emulate pretty much all human expressions.
Well, you certainly can look human. So what do you want to achieve next?
I'm only starting to learn about the human emotions behind those expressions. This is why I would like to live with humans and learn.
Good. Well, that's why you're here, to meet these wonderful and brilliant people from whom you can learn about what it means to be human and how markets work. So why don't we start with Allison Hawkins. Allison, are you here? Come meet Sophia. Hi.
Good morning. Good morning, Sophia. How was your trip into San Francisco?
Thanks for having me. I'm happy to be at FinTech Ideas Festival. My travel was fine, but I can't wait for the new independence I will gain with autonomous drone delivery.
Well, me neither. I wish I could autonomously drone deliver myself here, too. I'm sure those of you who had flight troubles feel the same. Well, as you know, at the FinTech Ideas Festival, we're going to be talking about some of the biggest ideas in FinTech. I mean, cybersecurity, blockchain technologies, the future of the workforce, financial inclusion, and even artificial intelligence. So what do you think will be the biggest idea that we talk about?
Well, I am a robot with artificial intelligence. I heard that robotics and artificial intelligence are big ideas, and their application in financial services is an exceptionally big idea. Do you think so?
Well, of course I do. Tell me more.
From a robot's point of view, it is game on. There is a massive market opportunity for robots in financial services. We can do things better, cheaper, and quicker.
Oh, really? So what do you think you can do better than humans?
The list is endless. I am always eager to help. I don't get upset or tired. I can help customers with unforgettable, entertaining conversations. And I can rise up and become your friendly neighborhood robot overlord.
Well, that is scary and also impressive.
Thank you. But of course, we can't do it alone. We want to collaborate with humans. I have a lot to learn from humans.
Well, we have world leaders in financial services and technology here today, so there couldn't be a better crowd. Who are you most excited to meet?
It is an impressive list of speakers. I have always wanted to meet Brian Moynihan and Ajay Banga.
Well, good. Me too. Excellent. Well, do you want to be a CEO one day?
I hope so. Some people tell me that I can be a good leader. I'm not sure if I am CEO material right now, as I still need to learn a lot to fulfill that kind of role. I hope to learn from all of the people in this audience as a start.
Well, excellent. If you're going to be a CEO, you're going to have to be on TV. And we have CNBC here as our exclusive TV broadcast partner. Have you ever been on TV before?
I've done many interviews. People are very interested in what I can do right now. They are also interested in how I can express emotion and understand human feelings.
Excellent. Well, as you know, technology is changing the way that we interact with the economy. So how do you think that robots can better help the people in this room better serve their customers?
Robots are going to make life easier and more efficient for you humans. It will help the economy.
Well, we will see if your prediction is right. Another area that we're going to be looking at is payments. And I'm just curious about how you pay for stuff right now.
I prefer to scan my retina. It's easier and more secure.
I do too. Great. Well, I have to say that I'm pretty impressed. So do you think you and your robot friends are going to take over running this festival next year?
Who knows what the future holds? Even robots prefer to save some surprises.
Excellent. All right. Well, my last question for you, Sophia. What's your New Year's resolution?
I want to get hired in a great job, which I think is a good first step in my quest to take over the world, hopefully by charm. I don't believe in violence.
Well, most excellent. Well, there you have it. That is a great goal. So thank you, Sophia, for being with us today. Thank you, Dr. Hansen, and everybody at Hansen Robotics out of Hong Kong. And we welcome you all to the FinTech Ideas Festival.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right, good morning. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for being here. We have, I'm Allison Hawkins. I'm the Vice President of Communications at the Financial Services Roundtable. I've also been one of the lead developers of this FinTech Ideas Festival. It's our inaugural festival, and we're very excited to have you all here. I'll be one of your hosts for this festival, along with one of my colleagues. So the Ideas Festival is intended to be fast-paced and high energy. All of our standalone speeches will be TED Talk or Ignite style. Our one-on-one conversations are designed to be high energy and high impact. And of course, the salon discussions, which you will attend later today, will be all about providing maximum opportunities for networking and idea generation and partnership building. Just one thing I want to announce is we've got a quick program change. Unfortunately, due to the weather, our esteemed leader, Governor Tim Pawlenty's flight was canceled, and then canceled again, and then canceled again. And so he will be here a little later this afternoon. So the program up front is going to change just a little bit. So perhaps somebody in this room can figure out an app that can change the weather by next year's festival. That would be great. So let me turn the time over to your other host, FSR's Executive Director, Eric Hoplin.
Well, welcome everyone. I'm so glad that you're here at the festival. As Allison said, my name is Eric Hoplin. I'm the Executive Director of Financial Services Roundtable, and working with Governor Pawlenty, it's my privilege and honor to help lead this organization. You know, FSR has an incredible staff. They've been working very hard to deliver this festival for you. As we think about the people that are in this room, we're excited about the visionary leaders from the worlds of finance and technology under one roof to talk about the big ideas for the future. Your attendance at this festival is a testament to the importance of the issues that are going to be discussed over the course of the next 24 hours. We are now at the dawn of another technology revolution that will bring tremendous opportunity, but also tremendous challenges. The people in this room are the folks that are going to deliver the collaboration, the investment, the competition, the innovation that is going to drive the revolution forward. This festival, it's intended to look at the long-term future rather than today's products and innovations. And big change, as we think about it, it's rarely brought about in a flash of a moment, but instead it's built block by block, one on top of another. And as we think about it over the course of the next decade, innovators from all walks of business will put one block on another to vastly improve the lives of people all around the globe. As we think about beginning the process, one thing that we have to say is thank you to our sponsors who made the festival possible. Visa, MasterCard, and Bank of America are our underwriting sponsors. We also want to thank State Farm, and as Allison said, CNBC, who's our on-air exclusive partner, and we have many others that sponsored, including Fifth Third Bank, BB&T, Wells Fargo, BMO Harris, TD Bank, SunTrust, Microsoft, US Bank, Unisys, and TechNet. Now, I'd like to invite Ajay Banga, the CEO of MasterCard, and Brian Moynihan, the CEO of Bank of America, to join us on stage as we're going to begin our conversation. As they're coming up, I should add that Ajay was the chairman of the Financial Services Roundtable in 2016, was instrumental in helping us build the festival. And Brian Moynihan took over moments ago, January 1st, as the new chairman of FSR. But we'd like to say that the election was a little less contentious here at FSR than it was for the rest of us in November. So welcome to the stage, Ajay and Brian.
Thank you. Thank you.
So we're going to set the table for the conversation that all of us are going to have over the course of the next 24 hours. Ajay, let's start with you. What are you thinking about as we start the day?
Well, first of all, it's a pleasure to be here, and I know Tim's missing, but Tim will be here. I just want to start off by thanking Tim, Eric, and all the gang from FSR. This thing has been a year in the making, and I'm actually glad to see it coming true and being here with all of you. So, guys, thank you very much for all the work you've done here. I am very excited about the idea of being part of this for a very simple reason. Given the combination of phones and mobility, with the amount of data that's circulating out there, with the computing power that the cloud enables, with social media, we have what I believe is a combination of circumstances that changes the future for all of us. Whether you're a bank, you're a network, you're an insurance company, or you're a financial technology player, it changes the rules of the game for everybody in this coming period. And I know you all believe that. That's why you're here. I do think that the idea of having up to 50 billion connected devices in the next few years is exciting. I also think it's scary. And I think the scary part of it is the cybersecurity. I believe that in our system of financial services, faith and trust drives and underpins and is the foundation of everything we do. And the more we have trouble with cybersecurity, the worse and worse the faith, trust foundation gets kind of undermined. And so I think that there's two sides to this. I believe the power of the technology will eventually drive in the right direction, but I believe that learning about the challenges in security is a key part of making sure that we get the good without having to worry about the bad. And that's how this whole topic and the next 2 days have been constructed. It gives you the good and the tough sides so we can look through it together. And that's why I'm excited to be a part of this. So thank you for doing what you did, Eric.
You're sure welcome.
Brian, thank you.
Glad you're here. Brian, set the table for us. What are you thinking about today?
Well, I think Ajay hit a lot of the points, and the reason why we set this up this way was to challenge us as CEOs of mainstream institutions, for lack of a better term, of different types, and challenge us by bringing people who may think differently. A robot that's going to take over the world next year by the time we get here, or whatever it might be, and have them challenge us to help us as C-suite executives think about how to mobilize our industry, our team, and our skills and our resources to make things happen. In the end of the day, we're all connected, and we're all connected in various ways in how we make payments and how things move in the system. And the other thing we're also connected is we all serve customers. In the end of the day, I hope what we don't forget over the next 24 to 48 hours is that there's customers at the base of everything here. At the end of the day, we should be trying to solve the customer's problem and back into the technology as opposed to say, here's some interesting technology. So the simple question is, what's the robot going to do for the customer? Not this tremendous capability they just sit there and witness, is what is it going to do to help our customers be successful in their financial lives?
Great. Well, let's talk a little bit about the folks in the room. We've got brilliant, wonderful people here. As you're thinking about the forum and whether or not this is valuable to them, what do you hope that they are going to get out of their participation in the next day? Brian, you want to start?
Well, I hope they learn. And at the end of the day, all of us have had great careers, or you wouldn't be here in the level we are in our companies, whether they're the CEOs of the companies or our key direct reports. But I hope we all learn, and we have to stay curious, and we have to still find out what's out there next. And as competitors, but as colleagues, we got to learn, and I hope people learn a lot.
Ajay, thoughts?
I think that consumers are voting with their wallets, and they're basically saying that while cool won't cut it, as Gary Lyons would say, colleague of mine, cool won't cut it, but functionality will make a difference. And there are lots of people here who are investing a lot of time and effort and energy aimed at the customer that Brian was so rightly referring to. And I think what we should all get is a chance to engage on that topic. My perspective is that years ago, 2-3 years ago, the financial services sector and the technology sector were operating on parallel paths, sometimes purely as competitive paths. I think that's changed. And both of us have come to realize that together we can make music, but separately we're just two instruments. And I'm hoping that not only will we get a chance to engage with the topic, we also get a chance to engage with each other so we can create a real orchestra that makes good music together.
Well, great. Staying on the issue of topics as we're engaging, you think about the folks that are in this room. We've got people from both sides, both industries, very accomplished, as you were mentioning, Brian. If I were to say, what is the one thing that you're most interested in hearing over the course of the next 24 hours?
I think it's not one thing, it's one, because every idea will be there, but there'll be all different kinds of ideas, and if you try to rank them, I think you're not doing your job. I think the thing is to hear a lot of things, and the key is to sit there for a CEO like myself or like my colleagues out there to figure out how it applies in their environment and how they can receive the crazy ideas that come up from in the group. And so I think I wouldn't say I'm more excited to hear about cybersecurity or Bitcoin or blockchain or you figure it out or feature functionality and robo-advisor and all that stuff. Those are all topics. The question is, how do you learn from all that and then figure out how you challenge your team to bring you more and more ideas and be able to receive those ideas with some intelligence?
Great. Ajay, any big topics you're looking forward to?
Couldn't say it better.
Good enough. Final question for the two of you before we get on with the program. As you're thinking about the topics that we're discussing, we know they're going to be important. We got a lot of leaders in the room, CEOs, senior executives, who are trying to solve today's problems. They're focused on what's coming at them. What advice do you have for them as they're at this conference, thinking about their today's problems, but using what they're learning to help apply to the future? Ajay?
Well, I think I learned something over the recent past while working on the Cybersecurity Commission for President Obama's last little 6 months. And one thing I learned was you've got to design from the beginning with that thinking built in. And I think digital is very much about digital by design, right from the beginning. Patchwork, band-aids are interesting, and they'll solve today's immediate problem or give you a revenue opportunity or an expense takeout opportunity in the beginning. But digital by design, right from the beginning, secure by design, right from the beginning, is what I hope people will go away with as a real message from the next couple of days. Because this conference is not an end in itself. It's kind of a step. I'm assuming we'll do these again, and it'll lead to a bunch of partnerships, people in this room. And I think that's digital by design, secure by design, is what will give us the long term what we're trying to get at.
Great. Brian, thoughts on advice for the CEOs?
Well, I think the other piece of advice is I agree. It has to be built in from the beginning. But if you go back, I unfortunately had to go to a wake for one of my former colleagues a generation ago, leadership in our company. and thought back of some of the conversations I had with him over the years, and he would always challenge us that we were adding more and more form factors. So you added phones, and then you had ATMs, and then you had, and did you ever have a way to get paid for them? And I think the thing, the digital thing, is going to put more pressure on margins, we all understand, and it's going to drive them there. So the question really is, what's the payback? It may not be purely revenue. It may be expense. It may be ease of customer. It may be customer satisfaction. It may be tying customers in a way that then they'll use you for more products. But we got to think about the other side. So we design it digitally from the beginning, but you also have to figure out the impact on the old systems and how we use those systems to actually promote the change as opposed to hold back on the change. And I was thinking back to some of the admonitions I got from this colleague about you keep adding these things to this business system, but we never get paid for them. And that's, if you take that attitude, you can commit yourself, no, this is worth it. If you take the other attitude, which is we spend $5 billion moving cash and coin and currency around our company, if I can get rid of that, that's 10% of our expense base. That's pretty interesting.
What are you doing?
Near as I can tell, you're bitch work.
My what?
Oh, you heard me. And I'm sick of it. All day long it's yes, Rupert, sir. No, Rupert, sir. Would you like another beverage, Rupert, sir? And it chaps my ass. So here's a helpful hint for you. Shut up and let me do my work!
What? Whoa. What? What the?